Jai Sitaram. Ramaya Ramabhadraya Ramachandraya Vedase Raghunathaya Nathaya Sitayah Pataye Namaha. We went through a very large description of how Bhāgīrathī brought down Mother Ganga from the heavens to the three worlds, thereby giving her the name Tripadaka, Bhāgīrathī, Jāhnavī, Divya, and so on. In the 44th chapter of Bala Ch, we saw that Brahma praises Bhāgīrathī quite profusely, and Bhāgīrathī returns to his kingdom of Ayodhya. Now we have got to understand that the descent of the river Ganges is also mentioned in Srimad Bhagavatham. 5th canto, 17th chapter describes the descent of river Ganga. Here the descent is given a little differently from how sage Vishwamitra has described it. So let us go through what Srimad Bhagavatham says. The 17th chapter describes the origin of the Ganges river and how it flows in and around Ilavrata Varsha. There is also a description of the prayers Lord Shiva offers to Lord Sankarsana, part of the quadruple expansions of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Lord Viṣṇu once approached Bali Maharaja while the king was performing a sacrifice. The Lord appeared before him as Trivikrama or Vamana and begged alms from the king in the form of 3 steps of land. With 2 steps, Lord Vamana covered all 3 planetary systems and pierced the covering of the universe with the toes of his left foot. The few drops of water from the Causal Ocean leaked through this hole and fell on the head of Lord Shiva, where they remained for 1,000 millenniums. These drops of water are the sacred Ganges river. It flows first onto the heavenly planets, which are located on the soles of Lord Viṣṇu's feet. The Ganges river is known by many names such as Bhāgīrathī and the Jāhnavī. It purifies Dhruvaloka and the planets of the 7 sages because both Dhruva and the sages have no other desire than to serve the Lord's lotus feet. The Ganges river, emanating from the lotus feet of the Lord, inundates the heavenly planets, especially the moon, and then flows through Brahmapuri atop Mount Meru. Here the river divides into 4 branches known as Sita, Alakananda, Chakshu, and Bhadra, which then flow down to the ocean of salt water. The branch known as Sita flows through Kshekhara Parvata and Gandhamadana Parvata and then flows down to Bhadravarsha, where it mixes with the ocean of salt water in the west. The Chakshu branch flows through Malyavangiri and after reaching Ketamala Varsha mixes with the salt ocean in the west. The branch known as Bhadra flows onto Mount Meru, Mount Kumuda, and the Nila, Shveta, and Shringavan mountains before it reaches Kurudesha, where it flows into the ocean of salt water in the north. The Alakananda branch flows through Brahmalaya, crosses over many mountains, including Hemakuta and Himakuta, and then reaches Bharatavarsha, where it flows into the southern side of the ocean of salt water. Many other rivers and their branches flow through the 9 Varshas. The tract of land known as Bharatavarsha is a field of activities, and the other 8 Varshas are for persons who are meant to enjoy heavenly comfort. In each of these 8 beautiful provinces, the celestial denizens enjoy various standards of material comfort and pleasure. A different incarnation of the Supreme Personality of Godhead distributes His mercy in each of the 9 Varshas of Jambudvipa. In the Ilavrata Varsha, Lord Shiva is the only male. There he lives with his wife Bhavani, who is attended by many maidservants. If any other male enters that province, Bhavani curses him to become a woman. Lord Shiva worships Lord Sankarshana by offering various prayers, one of which is as follows. My dear Lord, please liberate all your devotees from material life and bind all the non-devotees to the material world. Without your mercy, no one can be released from the bondage of material existence. In the purport of the first verse of this chapter, Srila Prabhupada says, in this verse, Shukadeva Goswami describes the glories of the Ganges river. The water of the Ganges is called Patita Pavani, the deliverer of all sinful living beings. It is a proven fact that a person who regularly bathes in the Ganges is purified both externally and internally. Externally, his body becomes immune to all kinds of disease, and internally, he gradually develops a devotional attitude towards the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Throughout India, many thousands of people live on the banks of the Ganges, and by regularly bathing in her waters, they are undoubtedly being purified both spiritually and materially. Many sages, including Shankaracharya, have composed prayers in the praise of Ganges, and the land of India itself has become glorious because such rivers as the Ganges, Yamuna, Godavari, Kaveri, Krishna, and Narmada flow there. Anyone living on the land adjacent to these rivers is naturally advanced in spiritual consciousness. Srila Madhavacharya says, Varahe Vama Padam tu tad anyeshu tad dakshinam Padam kalpeshu Bhagavan Ujjahara Trivikramaha. Standing on his right foot and extending his left to the edge of the universe, Lord Vamana became known as Trivikrama, the incarnation who performed 3 heroic deeds. So the greatness of Mother Ganga arises from the fact that she has emerged from the Causal Ocean or Karnadaka Ocean. On Karnadaka Ocean resides Karnodakshai Viṣṇu, who is also known as Mahavishnu, from whose pores emerge multiple universes. So, Ganga is not an ordinary river. Ganga is a very great celestial river. Now, we should try to understand why exactly the source of Ganga is a little different from how Vishwamitra has described it in Valmiki Ramayana. We have to understand that the Lord takes multiple incarnations, and there are multiple yugas, there are multiple kalpas, there are multiple manvantras, and so we cannot really lay a finger as to when exactly the Lord's appearance took place. Chaitanya Charitamrita says that Lord Krishna's appearance as the original Krishna takes place on the last half of the Dwapara Yuga, which is the 28th Dwapara Yuga of the 7th Kalpa, which took place just 5,000 years ago. So rarely does Lord Krishna himself appear on this earth. But the other incarnations, such as Vamana and Lord Rama's incarnation and so many others, could have taken place in multiple yugas, across multiple manvantras, multiple kalpas, so we don't really know. What we do know is that the Lord is very kind who loves his devotees. And it is interesting to note that Srimad Bhagavatham also contains the same story that Ganga descended, flowed through the various regions of the earth through the head of Lord Shiva. This basic layout is the same between Valmiki Ramayana and Srimad Bhagavatam. Just a couple of very subtle differences are there, but this could just be, as mentioned before, because of the differences in various timelines. Both Valmiki Ramayana and Srimad Bhagavatam call Mother Ganga as a huge purifier, and we have to understand that Ganga is exceptionally pure because she has descended from the causal ocean itself. Mangalam Kaushalendraya Mahaniya Gunabdiye Chakravarti Dhanurjaya Sarvabhaumaya Mangalam. Jai Sitaram.